Hello, and welcome to the unforgettable experience that is Captain Planet on the Nintendo Entertainment System. This is one of those later life cycle NES games. I'm not sure that very many people have played it. Those that have played it, outside of me, generally don't like this game, but I love this game. It's one of my favorite games, and I hope that you will join me on this, our wonderful journey into saving the planet. So let's go. Game starts, Gaia, of course, summons all of us, the teenagers, to save the world. The Earth is dying. We're the Planeteers. So this game has two types of levels. There's the first levels where you're in a vehicle of some kind. We have to stop Hoggish Greedly in this level. He's drilling for oil in our national parks, and we can't have that. So we're going to have to stop him. So the Planeteers really need to just land on a platform. That's their main goal here. But there are some seals that are covered in oil, and normally I don't help them when I play the level, but since this is the boss battle, climate change marathon, we are here to save these animals. And that's just what we're gonna do. So this is not a level that you need to do much on if you're playing the game in any kind of capacity. Speedrunning, vanilla gameplay, you can kind of just hang up here for most of the level. This is a game where if you get hit by anything one time, you die. So here we are as the teenagers, and of course, Captain Planet leaves all of the complex vehicle maneuvering and flying and, potential for flak, missile death, fighting, walking sea robots. All of that goes to the teenagers, right? They're the ones that are qualified for all these kinds of things. Clearly, getting shot at in an airplane by missiles, definitely something that teenagers should be taking care of. If you see the bottom of your screen, here's our first seal. Ooh, I didn't get him. We're gonna have to try again. Hopefully I don't die here, but it's gonna be fine. This game is actually pretty forgiving in terms of dying. As long as you don't do it too much. So we got our first saved seal. We washed it off. We used our pressure cannon. I'm sure it's fine and was in no way harmed by its de-oiling. Absolutely only the gentlest methods in our airplane to remove oil from seals here. So again, we have another walking robot. Oh, I've been glancing over. They're using their rings, obviously, from inside the, I think they call it the Eco Cruiser. I'm not sure exactly what this is, but we get to use the various elements that the Planeteers have. So here we're using fire. We've got water, which does, I think, legitimately nothing else except for help seals in this game. I really don't think there's any other purpose for this water weapon than what you just saw. We've got earth. We get to throw stones at things. That will be relevant in, oh man, I actually got killed by something. That is unusual. That is an unusual occurrence. I am not prepared to actually play the level. We'll play the level. It's gonna be fine here. Saving the seals has put me in a precarious position though, because it's given us a different order of these enemies. So now I actually have to pay attention. I was not prepared to pay attention, but we'll be just fine. So again, there's only 2 seals to save. We have pressure washed them sufficiently, and hopefully their skin is doing okay after, a pressure washing of that velocity. So here we get to use our stones to destroy these, very dangerous oil blob machines. Everybody knows that a good oil rig drilling operation needs a bunch of those. And especially if we're flying in 3 dimensions, there's no way for me to fly around those. We are forced to fly right through them and, potentially have their wrath. Let's see if I can do the slick thing here where we beat the level. We did. So here's my main goal. We landed on the platform for Hoggish Greedly's National Park drilling operation. I'm kind of surprised that it took us, and our Planeteer powers to stop this, when it probably took them like several years to do the construction of this large facility inside the national park. You'd think that the National Park Service might have noticed. I'm not sure, I don't know. But Maybe they're sleeping on the job. This is 1991. I can't tell you. All I can tell you is that we are here to summon Captain Planet so he can go and punch some things in their face. So these are the second phase of the level. Each level is split into two parts. You've got the Planeteers and their vehicle of some kind. Then you get Captain Planet, and he also has access to the powers of, Earth and Heart and Wind and Water. Surprisingly, Heart, the strongest power. I looked in the game manual just before this, and the only thing they reference the glowing orb that went into me and made me super powerful, they call it a mega bonus, I think, or mega power. I'm not sure. Basically, it's a mega something. So they didn't do a very hefty job of naming whatever this power is, but the power of Heart, very strong. Power of Water is the one we use the most because for some reason, Captain Planet, as our superhero tasked with taking pollution down to 0, is mortally weak to pollution. So you'd think that that might be kind of a problem. Like if Superman was weak to bullets, that might be an issue. But we don't really pay too much attention to that here because, we're saving the world. We don't care about the details. But yeah, using the water power-up will save you from having Captain Planet die from exposure to pollution and other chemicals. Which again, seems like an oversight in terms of being a superhero. But for the most part, water's the thing that Captain Planet's going to use the most. Very rarely will he use rock or fire. Wind sometimes. Heart is used pretty frequently. There's a bunch of spots. The game does nothing to tell you where they are. There's no hidden features you can look for. There's not like a sparkle or any kind of defining characteristic that would let you know that, hey, if you turn into the heart power here, you'll get a power-up. I just went through all the levels with an emulator and tried turning into heart in a bunch of places. Ooh, I got caught. That's fine. And here, Captain Planet's final nemesis, Hoggish Greedly, we punch the glass and he raises his hands. So I want to emphasize again that outside, the teenagers, what they're doing is they're flying very complicated machinery, and in combat situations, they're essentially in a war zone, fighting against other people, risking death. And then Captain Planet comes in and he punches a couple of machines, breaks some glass, and moves right along on his way. So I just want to emphasize that. Here we are again, Gaia very happy that we stopped the drilling in the national park. Another eco-emergency. Diabolical Dr. Blight and her malevolent computer, M.A.L., not to be confused with Hal, are planning to dump toxic waste into another national park. What is the National Park Service doing? You really would think that the Department of Interior would be more on top of these kinds of violations. Really disappointing. Yeah, she's very disappointed that these bears are going to have a bunch of gasoline in their water sources. Something weird about this level is the lower you are to the ground, the more you catch up with those trucks. Ooh, that was very close. It's fine that I died there. We get the checkpoint. The parachute guys that drop from those helicopters are actually incredibly difficult to just bypass. Real pain. And I'm not sure exactly what causes them to spawn a little bit lower or higher. Like right there, I just barely snuck through. That was not as guaranteed as it may have looked. Alright, there we go. We use the power of heart to get the bear. Everybody knows bears are good at chasing down their natural enemy, which are fuel trucks. And it will hang on and allow you to catch up to the fuel truck. And we've done it. So again, teenagers piloting a helicopter and, engaging in some slight murder on the truck drivers, and then avoiding paratroopers, getting involved in some pretty heavy stuff. And then here we are, we're gonna come in, Captain Planet. Oh, I didn't start the timer, I'm so sorry. Here, let me hide that. My apologies. Captain Planet, he's infiltrated the facility that the Planeteers worked oh so hard to, you know, murder their way into. And what is he gonna do? Find out. Oh, there are some mechanical bats. Ooh, very scary enemies. He's just gonna turn into water and avoid them. But really, Captain Planet's the hero here. He's in no way operating like a mafia boss, making the Planeteers do all of his dirty work while he keeps his hands relatively clean. That's absolutely not what's happening right here. You would be remiss to think that Captain Planet would stoop to such a level. Come on. Game is known for some of the slowdown and horizontal sprite limit issues that other NES games are known for. Does not deter me from enjoying it one bit. Am I gonna die here? Yes. Wasn't sure if I was still flashing or not. Okay, once again, we see the power of just being water. Nothing can hurt you when you're water. But again, one of this game's mechanics is that your life bar and your power-up ability are the same bar. So when you use any kind of power, you also drain your life total. Everybody knows that pairing those two features together is a really good way to do things. In no way will frustrate your gamers. So here's another boss. We heart some astronaut-looking people. We do some water on some electricity around the computer. Captain Planet works very hard. I want you to know that in the realm of video game superheroes, look at him flexing those muscles, looking at his biceps, impressing himself. Look at how hard he works. Look at how hard he works. Yeah, screw that mountain. Those jerks spilling oil in the national parks. I'm gonna blow up the mountain. And we move onwards. If you were impressed by the teenagers piloting an aircraft and then a helicopter, I would like you to be very impressed about what's coming here. Another eco alert. We did arrest Hoggish Greedley in level 1, but somehow he's escaped from the authorities. And he's back. And you know what he's doing now? He's turning the whole ocean into a dead sea with his drift nets. Stop him before the ecosystem is forever damaged from his illegal dolphin cannery. That's what we're going towards here. We're fighting an illegal dolphin cannery, and now the teenagers are piloting a submarine against underwater missile silos. Captain Planet, the real hero though, right? Everybody knows this to be true. Underwater mines, missile silos, this is nothing. This is the easy stuff. So again, we will see how heart is obviously the strongest weapon we have. Everybody knows that boats that are holding dolphins captive in their nets are the natural enemy of all cetaceans. This whale will do my bidding for me. I don't need that extra life, but it's there if I wanted it. A lot of missile silos under the ocean. I imagine it was hard to install them. That's a bummer. Imagine it was hard to install all these missile silos. Underwater mines are no joke either. Everybody knows that when you're a missile silo, you are immune to damage unless your silo roof is open. That is the way of missiles. Unclassified information. All of the nuclear forces know this. Look at all these mines. These vortex underwater, also very impressive engineering. Like, a lot of work they're doing to have it's all for a dolphin cannery. That's the thing that really gets to me. So they're doing a lot of work to dump oil into the national park or to drill for oil or you know, have an illegal dolphin cannery. Like, there's a lot of sophisticated technological stuff going on here that you think that they could use for other purposes that would make more money even than like an illegal dolphin cannery. But here we are. That's why they're the bad guys, you know? They're not the bad guys because they all got MBAs. This level is somewhat difficult, I would say. I personally think that this is the second hardest level in the game. But other people would disagree. They might think that the 4-1, the next Planeteer level, is the one. It's hard to know where the mines are going to spawn. We got 2 lives. We're doing great. See, that one was way higher than the other one. It was way easier to just bypass it. Again, we have a whale. Whales are well known as the natural enemy of dolphin netting boats. Just have to use the power of the ring. However, this whale gives up just before the end, and we have to do the rest of it on our own. I will take this extra life, just in case. Nobody wants to see a game over. I think we're fine. Ooh! Normally you don't get that far with the boost there. That's why we take the extra life. This game is actually quite difficult. Ooh, there are killer whales attacking yachts, so this is really just pretty foresighted, I think, by the game designers. I'm just gonna not die this time. You know, the yacht is the natural enemy of the cetacean. Just a well-known biological fact. Timing better there. You can only have a maximum of 2 of those rocks out at any given time, so if you waste your attacks, it's kind of a bummer. So I like to try to get in the, like, they come at you on a diagonal downwards, so I try to position myself so that I can just keep shooting and having the rocks hit the mines. I think I needed to go down. I mean, it's fine. It's just a little bit harder to deal with the mine when you come up from this way. Alright, perfect. Just need to not get shot by that. Alright, great. We did it. We've arrived at the illegal dolphin cannery. Again, this is the easy part, right? Piloting the submarine against all the underwater mines and turbines and missile silos. Teenage approved material. This is what you have your kids do. That's the stuff for your children. Look, the designers of this well-programmed, amazing NES game, Mindscape, they're not worried about trifles like lore accuracy, alright? They're worried about giving you the premium 1991 Nintendo Entertainment licensed hero experience. And boy, if that's not what this is, I don't know what it is. We're gonna use a different ability this time. We're gonna turn into wind. We could still be water. I just think that it's a little bit faster to turn into wind. It helps me avoid stuff a little bit easier. Want you. Look at all this danger that Captain Planet's putting himself in front of. Like a robot and another robot, some falling dolphin entrails, I can only imagine is what this is. Considering we're in an illegal dolphin cannery, I have to imagine that this goop is dolphin goop? Dolphin slurry, if you will. So, you know. We know that Hoggish Greedley's a real bad guy. Look, there's flying cannonballs and fans and stuff. Look at how dangerous the world that Captain Planet inhabits is. Never could have sent the teens in here. Definitely needed them to be in danger of mines and missiles and piloting a submarine. That's what we needed the teens to do. That's the teenager's natural habit. You know, the teens long for the submarine. They long for the underwater warfare. Look at all these exploding robots. Who else could do this but Captain Planet? Who else could almost die from some dolphin slurry? That's our guy. And also, I think it's interesting that there's a very popular, well-known theme song associated with this property. And they just didn't use it in any way. Here's our boss, where we struggle to hold the D-pad against the forces of up and down. And then we flex in front of Hoggish Greedily, and he gives up because he sees how beautiful and strong we are. Our bulging muscles. So once again, Captain Planet has saved the day. He's done all of the real hard work for those lazy Planeteers. Is Gaia pleased yet? Is that enough? Of course it's not enough. Luton Plunder, what a name. I really do enjoy the name Luton Plunder. And his evil henchman, Argos Bleak. That's not as much of like a pun. They're slaughtering helpless African elephants for their ivory. That will not stand. That will not stand. The greedy and cruel business must be closed. You got it, Gaia. We're back in the helicopter. Now we get to carry elephants around and murder people. Well, this is a bad start. That's fine. We'll get a better start here. A lot of people think that this is the hardest level, but I think that if you can get comfortable carrying the elephant and flying and shooting stuff, that this level is not... I mean, it's not easy, but it's not so bad. But it's a mistake to put the elephant on the ground. It's a huge mistake to put the elephant on the ground. And you think that we're here to save these elephants, right? We have an altruistic mission. You're wrong. We are here to use these elephants as instruments of war to destroy satellite missile complexes, and then and only then can we put them in an elephant reserve. You may think that's cruel. Why wouldn't you just save the elephants? Well, obviously you're not a teenage, you know, warmongering Planeteer. You don't understand. But yeah, I think that the strategy of carrying the elephant the whole time and just trying to shoot stuff before it gets to you is definitely the ticket on this level. Because there's a bunch of obstacles in the way, there's like ditches and stuff. There's actually another type of helicopter that flies after you when the elephant is on the ground, and it like tries to pick up the elephant and carry it with it. So definitely in your advantage to carry the elephant. And then don't forget, you must use your elephant for war purposes before you can save it. There is no saving of an elephant without utilizing it for war purposes. And that will become starkly clear in a moment here. The game will bait you. It will give you the opportunity to save the elephant without having used the elephant for war. And that is a mistake. That will not do you well. You will not beat the level. This game will reinforce that you... See, here's the elephant reserve. You might think this is where you're putting the elephant down. You'd be wrong. Have we used this elephant for war? No. Now we have used this elephant for war. And there's a convenient second elephant preserve. And we can land. We've done it. So... The odds are, the stakes are escalating a little bit. You know, there's been a lot of, like, unmanned installations. You know, there's been a couple of trucks that the Planeteers have murdered. It's unclear if the ships in the first level were drones or, you know, human-piloted. But it's starting to get more clear that the Planeteers are doing more and more killing. The blood on their hands is, it's increasing. Captain Planet, though. Captain Planet, he's doing the hardest work of all. He's avoiding, you know, acid that dissolves elephants but leaves their tusks intact. We will put our heart near the elephant and it will reward us with some power-up. As is standard in superhero animal relations. We break the bars, we use the heart, we have freed the elephant. As far as I know, Whether you survive this or not is entirely up to chance, and it's like a 90% chance that you just die right there. But that's fine. We're prepared for that circumstance. Again, using the heart, it's obviously the strongest power to give us the mega power-up that we can just run right through the terrible enemy with. Then we go deep into the acid. Look at those elephant bones. This game is very dark. Ostensibly a children's game. Probably gonna die here, that's fine. I do like the synth drums in this level. The soundtrack is underrated. It's not great, but I like it. I don't think that I can call it amazing. But, you know, I just have such a soft spot for this game in general. I genuinely love this video game. But it's probably also because this is one that I owned as a child, and, you know, it just feels right to me. I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? I don't know how I did this. Here we go. Plenty of lives. We're definitely going to die to this guy. There's like no way to survive. I have found no way to not die to this enemy. I'm not sure that the game included a way for you to not die to this enemy. Here we can use the power of math. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we know that we want to not die. And we can win. Or not. You punch their hovercraft and they stay seated, it disintegrates it completely, and they stay seated the way they were. And, you know, of course, we have to flex and look at our biceps. And explode the base. This is what you do under Gaia's orders. On to 5-1, this is the level that I personally think is the hardest level in the game. Again, we are using the airplane model of the Eco Cruiser. There's an Eco Crisis, yet again. The ozone hole over the South Pole, it's grown. It's grown wider than ever. And Duke Nukem, funny enough that this game had Duke Nukem first, but they didn't register the trademark, and so the Duke Nukem that came. Anyway, we won't talk about their failings. But that is an interesting point of trivia. Here we are, South Pole, hoping to kill Duke Nukem, and that will obviously replenish the ozone layer. We've got our penguin friends here to help us. This level gives us an opportunity to watch the very detailed sprite work of the ship turning around animation. Penguin helped me. Appreciate it. We have to not die to snow. Now we have to not die to a satellite. And then we have to not die to snow. Oh, but I didn't do it. Anyway, we get to start here. It's not a big deal. Now we need to not die to, you know, these laser energy beam machines. I don't want that power up. Not die to a satellite, not die to a laser beam, not die to snow. There's a lot to keep in mind on this one. Not die to spaceships. Use the power of the windshield. Localized entirely inside my Nintendo Entertainment System? Can I see it? No. Alright, we get another penguin friend here. Let him do his dirty penguin business. Alright, he's far enough over there. Let's make sure we don't die. He made it safe. There's a lot going on this level. There's snow I have to avoid here, along with these ships. And there's snow coming again, and there's missiles. Don't hit me with your missiles. And then after the missiles, we got a satellite dish. 1, 2, 3, over and up. Alright. Alright. Oh. doesn't happen all that often. We do it again. We do it again. Avoid the missiles. Avoid the satellite. 1, 2, 3 over and up. Wait for that missile. Alright, we're safe. We stay back here, because now we have to wait, and there's snow. We gotta shoot that. This is a level. This is a level that exists. However, if you can make it to this point, you're essentially safe, because this penguin will give you an extra life every time you use your heart power on it, and that's where the checkpoint is. So, if you can make it here, casual gameplay, you have done very well for yourself. Oof, that was close. There it is. Look at those beautiful satellite sprites. We are ready to fight Duke Nukem. I'm going to try to do a glitch on this level to essentially skip the whole level. I'll try it twice. If it doesn't work, we will play the level as Duke Nukem intended. But we're going to go for it. That's my plan anyway. With our powers combined, you can make us take the fall for all this murder and eco-terrorism. That's really what I feel like that's the subtext of this game. Like that's the part they're not showing you, is the aftermath. Captain Planet and Gaia are gonna be fine. They are insulated from any of these charges. Kids, though, I worry about them. There's this weird glitch in this game that sometimes lets you like phase into stuff. I'm gonna try to phase right into here. Oh, it's not working. Alright. I'm not sure if that was too long. Might still be okay. It might have taken me too long to phase in there, though. I think we're okay. Look at us go! Question is, can I finish the job? I'm not phased into the wall yet. Oh, alright. That might not be enough. But we're still skipping a very large portion of the level. No, we did it. Look at us go. Look at us go. To the hated Duke Nukem. And of course, Captain Planet's gonna work real hard. He's gonna solve a puzzle. And the power of his brain is gonna stop Duke Nukem dead in his tracks. Just watch the brain power. Here it is. Boom, that's 1 hit. Boom, that's 2 hits. So when I punch Duke Nukem after the 4th hit, that's when the time is going to end. So we're going to win the game right now. We won the game. We get to flex. Duke Nukem's not even here to look at our muscles. We enjoy the fruits of our well-earned labor. And all that's left to see is if Gaia is proud of us. All that's left to see. Are you proud of us, Gaia? The Earth is saved? Thank you, Planeteers. She's smiling. Look at that. Look at that contented smile. It was all worth it. It was all worth it for that contented smile from Gaia. Now, are you ready for the best ending screen in all of video games? Here it is. Parallax scrolling. And then we get Captain Planet. Look at that beautiful big sprite, that winning smile, the thumbs up, and then he's gone. And then we get like 15 more seconds of parallax scrolling. And I just feel like there could have been a higher ratio of screen time for Captain Planet for our victory. But this is it. This is our well-deserved win, and it's gonna do the loop. So that's it. I'm HoodyTwoShoes. We saved the planet together, and thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Take care, everybody.